ISKCON Borbis, my first ISKCON temple that I visited would have been Panihati, Sewell, down the dam. Those of us who would have visited the temple there many years ago, 25 plus years ago, you can remember the austerity, the amount of difficulties, you may say, to worship the deities. Although it was serene, it was peaceful, especially in the morning. Being there, no noise, nothing. The cows, the songs of the calves, the cows, songs of sandflies, and the trench in front of the temple, the flow of the water. It was something very peaceful, very wonderful, you may say, for meditation. But when it comes to rainy season and dry season, no water, no running water, and you're inundated with mosquitoes and sandflies and muddy dam, like, sometimes you walk in a feet or 2 feet, there's mud you're stuck in. Imagine people coming for late Janmashtami program or even Sunday program. Those days used to finish after 7, and then you have to walk out a half-mile mud dam, heavy rain and water pushing from the backland and all that. So it was a difficult place.
And we had deities there. And previously a Granny Swami then, who I had referred to, he said, "Dad, we are locked up in that jungle there, Panihati. We should find land and build a temple in the community where there are lots of people and more people can get the benefit of coming." So the devotees, they tried to, many efforts were made. And finally the government said they cannot give us any land. So I asked, what will we do?
But finally, for whatever reason, Radha Gokul Chandra, our Lordship, they decide, that they wanted to go where we are at right now, Williamsburg, Quarantine Borbis, Dr. Tulsi Street.
And the dowries was instrumental in such acquisition. Mother Chandravali and her brother Dhruva were very much inspired and enthused to give their time and resources for the recognition and development of Krishna consciousness within the Borbis region. So much so that people used to say Dari Bol instead of Hari Bol. They had a set of energetic and curious followers that lent tremendous help in the preaching activities in the Borbis area. One amongst them was His Grace Trides Bhagwan Prabhu. He was well known as Boy Blue in his community. In my own estimation, he was a sort of an empowered soul.
So 1994, we were granted a little over almost an acre and a half land there. And immediately early 1995, I remember myself, Tridesh Bhagwan Prabhu, Ikeshwar Prabhu, we put up a fence, bullet wood posts come from, I think, G. Singh and Brothers sawmill, the mesh fence. And those years we were gearing up for Srila Prabhupada centennial celebration, 100th birth anniversary of the founder of the Hare Krishna movement, which was 1996. So it became, following the Glories of India project in Delhi, in east of Kailash, this project became the Glories of Guyana project as a 1996 centennial offering to Srila Prabhupada. Then comes, a project committee. Project committee initially comprised of Mother Chandravali, Haridas Prabhu, Tridesh Bhagwan Prabhu, Shivananda Prabhu, Arjuna Prabhu. Later on, Bodhi Yoga Prabhu joined us. Vishnu Prabhu was the temple president for Panihati. He was busy. I was there on the project committee from the beginning of, I would say 94, 95. And there, Tridesh Bhagwan Prabhu, Mother Chandravali was always in the secretarial responsibility. Tridesh Bhagwan Prabhu was appointed as the project manager, and immediately he grabbed the opportunity of rendering that service
I remember as a child growing up, something crucial he did was there were few times per year, he would leave Guyana and go to the United States to solicit funds. And he would leave us for weeks, my mom and little kids. It was his duty, and I'm very happy he did that. One who constructs a temple is very special in the eyes of Krishna. And I'm very happy of his accomplishment. I would say this is his greatest accomplishment in his life. And I'm very happy to stand with my head tall that my father has constructed this temple to benefit his family and devotees at large.
So before the temple opening, we used to watchman and do so many things there. Help for do fetch dirt and thing for the altar, prepare the altar for the construction of the altar. They put dirt at the base and then sand and then they concrete upon it. And finally, the time for the temple for open, Arjuna came at our house and he asked for a donation for make the fence to the temple, but not knowing he had the money for opening the temple. And we have $15,000 in bank at that time. And tell me wife, like, go draw the money out and we give Arjuna Prabhu the whole $15,000 and not thinking that what we will eat at the next week. We have no concern about that. We give everything to the temple.
It was for us, it was a really special, grand event. We are in this village. I belong to this village. I used to live here when I joined the movement. And lots of people were coming. Jai Patak Maharaj was here for the guest speaker. It was a really grand event. Lots of people came. In those days, we used to do Ratha Yatra on Diwali night. And when we pass the parade on the street, the people come out to see the motorcade. They all join us like the Pied Piper. And we have such a grand event at the complex. So it was really special event. It marked we own that meant we own our own temple. And so many devotees were there. And it was a great beginning for all of us.
It was a magnificent festival. It would have attracted many persons, and of course it was Govardhan Puja Day in 1999. The most exciting thing for us was that our GBC, Srila Virbahu Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj, he couldn't have made it to come, and he was trying to get badly. Madhya Chandravali, Haridas Prabhu, Tridesh, all of us was requesting him to please, send some devotee who ISKCON rep, who will represent ISKCON internationally in offering this temple to Srila Prabhupada, this Glories of Guyana Vedic Complex. So finally we got the news maybe a couple days before, a week or so, 2 weeks before that, His Holiness Japtaka Swami will come for the opening. And
you might be wondering, wow, Jai Pataka Maharaj was here in Guyana for this opening. Well, yes, he was here, and he was as strong as a lion, healthy as ever. Now he's not so well, but he's still as strong as he was back then. And my father had the opportunity to serve him and had the dandavat, holding it in his hand and escorting Maharaj as Maharaj was coming through the doors and so on.
It was like one of the most rare treasure that could have happened, along with all the local VIP, Indian High Commissioner, Mr. Nagamutu, and the regional chairman, mayor of Rosal Tong, and all that, so many officials and religious community, business community, Georgetown businesses who would have supported the project, international devotees, were all there. But the main thing was that, finally we were going to offer this project, which we thought was long overdue.
I can remember I was probably around 6 or 7 years and there were so much people. Although that celebration was not like how we would celebrate now with so much of extravagance, just the presence of the people in the environment and the surrounding was enough to make it something special. And I think the blessings of Maharaj and all the devotees that were here, that was there, it was very inspiring moment. And you can feel the spiritual vibe. It's like Vaikuntha came down to earth at that particular point in time.
And the devotees were overwhelmed. They were in tears of joy and happiness that finally seeing Sri Sri Radhagopal Chandra in their new home and their new altar, Srila Prabhupada in a huge temple room, and everyone who came for the opening and see the project 25 years ago, and there's not much change as you can see now. Seeing the project, people were just blown. They were amazed because the construction was way down at the back there and wasn't visible from the roadside. So not much people knew what was happening at the back there until they came and they saw.
We had lots of service preparation to be done. Like we had to make new outfits, lots of offerings, lots of devotees were coming in for the celebration. And I'm happy to be there. I was happy to be there and was happy to be with their Lordship.
All the devotees from New Kulinagram. Yeah, they become part of what was going to happen there. And we had a good opening. Very, very, very good opening. Yeah, lots of preparation, lots of preparation. It was glorious.
I was very, very fortunate enough to be born in the home of Sri Sri Radhagopal Chandra, and I think it's a blessing because for me the deities would have maintained me because I don't really eat. To be specific, my dad was a prasadam, real thing with prasadam, and I didn't like home food. I only like temple prasadam, and I actually grew up with temple prasadam. So it's like the Lord actually nutritionally mind me. That was one of the main areas the Lord take care of, prasadam for me. And growing up in a temple area, it was like home for me. When I go home and when I was at the temple, it's like the same kind of environment. And majority of the time, I would be at the temple. So my home was like, I'm just gonna visit, pick up some clothes, and go back to the temple.
So Sri Sri Radhagopal Chandra is extremely beautiful, beyond beautiful. There isn't a word that I can describe of their beauty, and they're standing there with such grace and such expression on their face that when you see them, it creates an impression in your heart.
When I was born, my father took a picture and he held me in front of Sri Sri Radhagopal Chandra, and I think the Lord blessed me then, and I am still praying that He continues to bless me, Sri Sri Radhagopal Chandra, and I want this blessing to be passed on to my daughter and all the devotee generation that is upcoming. Because without the blessings, if the Lord doesn't take care of us, right? And if we as devotees, we don't take care of each other, then we will be left out in the rain. And the Lord is there, the temple is there, 25 years has passed since that big umbrella is there, and we should not leave this umbrella and step out of the umbrella, otherwise we're gonna get wet, and when we get stuck in the mud, it's very difficult to come out. So the Lord is telling us, stay under His umbrella.
Jai Patak Maharaj. And what I remember what he said. He didn't really finish here now with the installation and whatnot. It now begins.